Hello and welcome to Climbing Daily and welcome to Chamonix, one of the venues of the IFSC Lead and Speed World Cups. Now today we thought we'd bring you some behind the scenes action, both with the athlete's perspective and the media's perspective in the form of Mr. Charlie Boscoe. And here he is, Charlie Boscoe. Charlie, lovely to see you back on Climbing Daily. Where you belong, frankly, you know, forget this IFSC stuff.
It's my spiritual home. Yeah. It's a spiritual home. I've just been unfaithful for a few years.
That's fair enough. Well, when I go, you can have it back, don't worry. Hugo will be fine. So you travel the world with the IFSC. You go to loads of different venues. Why is Chamonix quite a special place to come to?
Well, Hugo's doing a good job of picking it up. The venue is, without doubt, the most aesthetic we go to. If we get a nice day on Saturday, you get the sunset on Mont Blanc. You also get the huge crowd. So the population of Chamonix is apparently only 10,000, and we get 12,000 in here. So you get this huge, passionate crowd, and it's a climbers' town, so they're not just people that stumble across it. They know they're climbing, they're into it. So I think the combination of the incredible view and the huge and very knowledgeable crowd it's probably the best sort of atmosphere and experience on the IFSC tour.
Now today is the qualification rounds and all of the athletes seem to be gathered in this bit here watching the other speed athletes. Is this normal during a World Cup? Does everyone kind of watch and support each other and maybe get a little cheeky beta from other athletes?
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's changed a lot because since the Olympic decision, we've got lots more people doing speed. So there's a much bigger crowd now watching the speed than there used to be, because generally the speed climbers did their own thing and the lead climbers and the boulderers did their own thing. So we've got a bigger crowd just from the other climbers watching. But yeah, generally, I'm surprised how many of the climbers watch the whole speed qualification, trying to pick stuff up. I chatted to Janja Garnbret earlier, and she was watching everyone climb. I think she knows she's got work to do on her speed climbing. And yeah, she seemed to be trying to get every bit of information she could. The other big thing for me is today is just talking to people. We saw Adam Ondra earlier. I said, oh, how's the wrist? Just get a bit of information, talk to the coaches, who's looking good, are there any issues? So a lot of my day is literally just chatting to people. Doesn't really feel like work, but it's actually really important because you pick up these little bits of information. So it's a combination of setting up the live stream, filming features, and chatting to people and trying to get a bit of inside information.
Now, talking about the live stream, I've had the privilege to see a bit of the behind the scenes of that last year, and I'd love to show the guys on Climbing Daily that, because it is a big operation. You guys come here with a lot of cameras, a lot of equipment, and there's a whole thing that goes on beneath that YouTube video. So can we go and see your techie stuff?
We can go and see the techie stuff. Don't ask me any specifications or names of cameras and things.
Right, okay. Deal. Okay, so we've moved round from the side of the wall to this backstage area. I can see the IFSC stuff set up and then a whole ton of cameras, which makes me ask, do you guys travel with all of this stuff, or do you sometimes get equipment from the venues themselves?
So the answer is it depends. Generally, we don't fly with these cameras. These are broadcast quality HD 4K black cameras.
Yeah, they are very black.
They're particularly black, which I hear is very good for quality. Yeah. We fly generally with 11 flight cases, so that will encompass my desk here, the lights, some of the broadcast equipment, but obviously we generally don't take these cameras away. We have slightly smaller, ever so slightly lower quality cameras, purely because they fit in a flight case a lot easier and they're a lot easier to transport. But everywhere in Europe, the top level equipment goes, and then if we have to go a bit further afield, we take a slightly smaller, reduced setup.
And then I know that there's some shiny computery stuff inside the van, and it's been redone, right?
It has, yeah. Do you want to look in that van or my makeup van behind us?
Well, you know I like makeup. It's big, Charlie. A lot of makeup.
A lot of head to cover.
Let's have a look at the techie one first, so we can check your makeup after.
Right.
Okay, so walking into the van, it's very peaceful in here. There's a lot of computers working hard. What actually happens within this van?
Well, this is where the direction happens. And so although all the cameras aren't plugged in right now, so you can't see it, we'll have every camera. So there's wall-mounted cameras, there's sometimes we have a drone, we have a cable cam, we have the broadcast cameras we saw outside. All those inputs will come in here. All the audio inputs, which is the ambient sound, that's the word, my microphones, talk back from me because I can talk to the director, all that's coming in, and the director's choosing shots, adjusting the sound as required. Somebody's operating the cameras which need a remote operator, and the graphics are being put on screen, so there's somebody else's job. It is to fire the graphics at the right time, and then they're also telling me what's coming. So if they're going to put the scores on screen, someone will say to me, we're about to put the scores on screen. So if you're watching the live stream and you think I'm psychic, I'm not. Someone said the scores are about to come on screen. So there's a lot of information coming in and a lot of information going out.
Presumably it's quite a skill because you've got a lot of camera angles and you've got to pick that moment that the viewers want to see. And it must be very easy to miss it or to be half a second behind the action. Like, it's a skill to do that.
Oh, it's a huge skill. I mean, I don't know what any of these buttons do, but even if you did, it would be pretty tricky to press the right one at the right time. I mean, people have to remember, when we have a bouldering semi-final, we often get comments, oh, you missed this, you missed that. Well, there's 8 climbers on the wall and 8 cameras. And you make a judgment when someone starts their attempt, we're going to follow this person, and if the person next to them tops, we might miss it. But the director's got all this information coming in, he just has to make a snap judgment of this is who we'll follow, and it looks terrible if you cut between people every 2 or 3 seconds. So you have to kind of commit to what you're going to show, and 99% of the time he gets it right, which is very impressive. And occasionally you wish you'd followed someone else, but that's the nature of live broadcasting, live TV. Yeah, I say things I wish I hadn't said.
Yeah, me too. Hugo can edit it out sometimes though, but it's easier for me.
I need Hugo on the live stream.
You do. Well, let's get out of this room, go and see a bit more of that beautiful landscape you keep talking about, and see some climbing.
Sounds good.
So we're walking through the main square here, the Place de Mont Blanc. This is where the competition takes place. And one of my favourite things is the fact that there's world-class athletes, like Alex Magos is chilling over there, and I could be chilling here having a beer. You know, they're all here in this venue. It's very exciting.
It is very exciting, and very exciting for the climbing public to see you as well. When we were in Innsbruck last week, you got recognised. Me and Hugo were just sitting there while you signed autographs.
Yeah, but I had about 4 beers by then, so, you know, it all became a bit fuzzy.
You paid them to come and recognise you, didn't you?
I might have given them some money, yeah, sure, just a little dabble. Helps them out.
Fans want to see you, not these athletes.
I better get on the wall. Okay. But the backdrop to this venue, joking apart, is spectacular. Like, there's routes that I've climbed that I can see from here, and then you get guys smashing up a speed wall. It's like, it's all climbing, and yet there's so many different facets to it. It's awesome to see it.
It's amazing to see, and as soon as you pull into Chamonix Valley, it's just climbing. There's cable cars everywhere, there's rocks everywhere, snow and ice. Doubly so when the Place de Mont Blanc's got this thing in it. It's a climber's town. As soon as you drive in, it's all about climbing, and this just adds to it. It's an amazing venue.
Well, I know this place is going to be filled up with 12,000 people. It's going to be hectic. Best of luck for the live stream, Charlie.
Thank you. Hopefully I won't need it, but thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Very much so, thank you. Right, we're going to go and find Stefano Ghisolfi now, who's going to give us a little tour from an athlete's perspective of this amazing venue. Stefano!
Hi.
Dude, unlucky with that speed climb. It looked slippery out there?
Yeah, the wall was very slippery. A lot of people did mistakes. I think not everybody, but a lot of people fell, or it's easy to do mistakes here.
Well, lead soon, so we'll concentrate on that. Now, behind us is the isolation area for the athletes. This is a place that you guys at home, you don't really get to see this. So tell me a bit about the atmosphere behind here. Is it very tense?
Here is very tense because there are 2 isolation zones. One is in the gym where you do the proper warm-up at the beginning, then you transfer here, and here it's more tense because it's just before the route, or before the speed, or before the final. And here everybody is pretty quiet, a bit nervous, with music, so this is the place where you need to focus.
And in Chamonix, we have this Place de Mont Blanc. We've got a huge crowd in it. Can you feel that crowd when you're waiting backstage? Can you feel the atmosphere?
Yeah, you can feel everything. Well, while you are waiting, I can feel everything. I can feel the crowd, I can feel the other people climbing, I can feel the tension. But then when I'm climbing, like in the final, for example, I'm pretty focused, I cannot feel anything. It's like when I'm home training, and if it's good, I'm in the proper way. It's the best mental atmosphere that it could be.
Awesome, man. Well, I want to walk up here just a little bit because I know we have to keep quiet.
This is the opposite of the isolation, is the more relaxed part, because everybody come here when finish the competition. So we chill, we eat something, we chat with the other climbers how the competition went. So it's the most relaxing places.
Cool. Well, mate, it's awesome watching you in your element backstage. Thank you so much. Thank you for wearing the EpicTV hat at IFSC events. We really appreciate it. And mate, best of luck for the upcoming season. Looking forward to seeing you on some podiums.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you. See you later. So there you go. Hopefully that's given you a behind-the-scenes look at how these IFSC events are run. Best of luck for Stefano for the rest of the season, and make sure you catch up with Charlie Boscoe on the IFSC live stream.